Well, it's an overcast morning here in Ohio, Friday morning. 37 Fahrenheit, 2 or 3 degrees, I guess, Celsius. Going up a little bit, but going to be, I guess, this is kind of what you're going to get for most of the day. Now, my weekend's going to be busy. I'm going to train 8 horses this morning, one of them being Memento Mori. We didn't school him yesterday. The track just wasn't good enough. It was pretty simple. I drove up to the track and Justin Irvine was just coming off the track. I said, "What do you think?" He said, "It's a little tacky." I said, "I was going to train Maury." He qualified me. He goes, I wouldn't train him today if you're trying to get any speed into him," which is exactly what I was trying to do. So we opted for this morning. I'll go last trip with him at some point this morning, and I have 8 babies to train now. I figured it out. Every 20 minutes I have to be finished of a baby. If I do it all on time, I'm done at 11 o'clock. I have to be cleaned up, on the road, picked up Ollie at school, and on the road by 11:30. That never happens. But I want to be on the highway by noon at the latest. I do that. We get back to the house if there's no traffic. We get back to Ontario at a decent time, somewhere shortly there before or after 5 o'clock. And his practice is at 5:30. Now, after that, what do? I told you I dropped the ball and forgot to list myself on Chicago Hall this week. Forgot to tell Dominic I was coming. So I'm going to be a bystander like you. Something I haven't done for at least a couple of months. A couple of months, I think. Movies tonight, maybe in Ontario with the kids. I told Amy we'd get a bite to eat after Ollie's practice, which is done at 7, and maybe catch a movie. Problem is, the movie itself, not really geared towards the younger audience. What's it called? It's a scary movie. It's a thriller. It's got to be PG something. We'll see. I'll try and talk Amy into letting Addie go. Addie wants to go only because she knows she's not supposed to go. But we'll see if I can. We'll see if I can wear her down. But I don't know that it's going to happen. So movie night may or may not take place, unless Addie can talk Ava or Ollie into going to a different movie with her, or maybe Amy. That's a possibility. We'll see. Or maybe there'll be no movie, but there will be supper after the baseball practice. Now, tomorrow morning, I have to get up 7:30 in the morning. No, I have to get up at 7:20 in the morning. I have to be on the track at 7:45. Curtis said he'll be there at 7:45. Everybody will be ready. We have the new horse. Darn it. The owner sent me the name. I'm going to butcher it just one more time. Bianca Spiazza. I think so. Cattle wash colt. Bianco Spagazza, I think. Cattle wash colt. I'm going to go with that colt tomorrow. Short field of 3. We're going to go around 30. And then field of 5. Amy's going to go Sterling Hanover, who she'd like to go with over here. They say he's been training well in Ontario. I am going to go with Simply Chaotic, I believe. 2 sets. I'll have to tell Kelly that they are up. I need to be off the track at 8:30 and underway well before 9. It's the better part of 5 hours and 20 minutes from First Line Training Center to the Meadows, and Spitfire Overseas races at 2:25. So there's the math. I have to be on the road by 8:45. By on the road, I mean on the road. If we get on the road at 8:45, I'll be there to drive Spitfire. I see I picked up a couple of drives for Andy Rickard later on. And then I will come to Northfield Park. We have some racing Saturday night at Northfield Park, and then I am done until Sunday night's races. So that, and I think we only have 2 on Sunday night also. So that is what's taking place this weekend. The reason it's so chaotic is Addie has a birthday party in Ohio with 2 of her friends, with twins, I think, on Sunday, and she wants to go to the birthday party badly, and I want to make sure that we get that done. So I have to be in Ontario Saturday morning to train. I would like to be there to drive Spitfire Overseas, make sure his hobbles are set, everything is good. So that is the plan for the weekend. So busy Friday and a fairly busy Saturday coming up for me, but at that point we're all done, checked out, and Sunday should be a pretty easy Should be a pretty easy day for us. So lots of racing coming up today, tonight, Saturday especially, and into Sunday. Should be a lot of fun. The only updates for last night, the track was terrible. They had to stop the races midway through the card and scrape it. It just looked like an absolutely horrendous night. And the worst of it, I would think, would be the last race before they scraped the track, and that was Resolve Indeed's race. She's a small filly. We did scope her after to make sure everything was all right. It was. There was no real earth-shaking findings in the scope, which is good. I thought that she looked a little flat. Her first start of the season, and when you asked her to do it in such an inclement way, I thought she did okay. But I think now that she has a race under her, tighten her up middle of the week and get her back in to go in the second leg of the spring series, I'm sure she'll be just fine. I was very concerned with Grand Slam Deal last night, right? The high liver and then racing in the mud. And I sent a message to Harry after the race. He said the hobbles look kind of tight on her. He said, yeah, I thought they were a little tight when we schooled her, but, I don't know her that well. And then you got the terrible track last night. We weren't really in a position to let them out. I said, that's fine. But they looked a little short, too. What'll happen is sometimes those ropes, they're very, very strong, and they say they will not shrink. Well, I'm here to tell you they do shrink a little bit. They expand, and when they expand, they definitely shrink. If you use something this long and it expands, it's now this long. It's just simple math and science. And when we start with a rope that's 66 inches loop to loop, and then you add the elements to it, rain, water, snow, whatever, after a while of using it, you heat it up when it's going through those pulleys, obviously, in the race, and then say you're racing in the mud or the rain, or you wash it off, you hang it up. You do that enough times, there's going to be some shrinkage, as George would say. And there was and is every year. 66 easily turns into 58, 59, and it doesn't bother some horses. You look at it, it's a little short, but whatever. They go out in the race fine. So don't fix it if it's not broke, right? That type of situation. But in other times, just eyeballing it on the screen, to me, I bet you, if I get back to Ontario today, and I have 4 brand new sets of hobbles that I just fixed coming back to Ontario with me, I bet you that if we go over to Harry's barn today and measure those ropes loop to loop, I bet you there's somewhere around 59 inches, which is a little bit short. If you go back and look at the race, you might be able to see what I'm talking about. The rope itself just looks a little short, right? Especially when if you're looking at the post braid and you look at some of the other hobbles, a little bit longer. Now, those cheap little ropes that you get that are that thin to begin with, they don't expand that much. There's nothing to expand. There's nothing to them, and that's why they break. But ours do. So from time to time, I will swap them out. All the ropes in the back here are all at 66 inches. So it may just be as easy as, here you go, Harry, you take these ones, I'll take those ones back to Ohio with me and hand out the other 3 to Dominic's barn, who's been asking for them. So that is what took place last night. All in all things considered, a Grand Slam Deal. The track, knowing what I know about her blood, first start in a couple of weeks. I didn't think she raced that bad. She passed a horse, she held position, she trotted all she could right through the wire. Phil had nothing negative to say about her, and I think she can only get better from here. Listen, I would love her to go out and win in 55 wrapped up. I would love to see that happen. I just want to get her on a path where she's racing good. The biggest concern I have is her blood work on Monday. I do not want to see a GGT of 61 or above on her. I'd love to see it at 40, 45. That would be ideal, but I have no idea what's in store for us when we look at that blood on Monday. So not a bad night last night. A fifth, a kind of okay ho-hum fifth for a filly. First start back in with stake-type horses. And then the other filly who expectations were exceedingly low last night to finish fifth. Move her once, pass a horse and hold position. I think it was if you'd have asked me if this race would do before the race last night, would this type of line, would this type of race do for her, I would have been happy with it. So there's no complaints in that regard. So I'm here now. I'm going to start going with the babies 1 minute ago, and I'll get on the track right now and get my day started. Maybe I'll give you a little update how the 8 went that I went with today, and also how Maury trained. I'll maybe get that to you as Ollie and I are heading down the road on the highway on the I-90 shortly before noon. Take care.